probably from 2001 to 2003. My mum was dating this man named Akai. He looked like a good man. Clean and neat. Had a belly, over 1.8 meters tall. Strong build. No children. Owned a house in a Midwestern city. Later, my mum broke up with him. Said he was a chain smoker, and she didn't want to be with him anymore. Fast forward to about a year later. I was 13 at the time. Around 1 in the afternoon, I was alone in my room playing video games. And my mum was at work. I heard the garage door open. We lived in a cozy townhouse. The door opening sound was loud, but I thought it was strange, because my mum never got off work at that time. If she had to leave early, she would call and tell me. So I looked out the window. From there, you could see the driveway directly. I only saw a silver small car parked outside. It was her ex-boyfriend's car. I was confused why he was at our house. Since they broke up, my mum never contacted him again. A few minutes later, he closed the car door and drove out of the driveway. He used to stay over often, so he had our garage door code. If he came in, he must have heard me upstairs. I eventually called my mum and told her he came and opened the garage, probably to see if she was home. She mentioned he had been bothering her recently, saying he wanted to get some bottles of alcohol from our house. Anyway, she said she would change the garage code when she got home. But later, she still forgot to change it. Fast forward 5 or 6 years. By then, I was living with my dad. One day, I got a call from my mum, asking if I had come by the house during the day. She questioned me a bit sternly, because some things in the kitchen, like chairs, had been moved somewhere else. My mum was very strict about how things were arranged. I laughed and said no. I hadn't been there for several days. I didn't expect her to then ask, "Did you put the dog in the bathroom?" and then place a chair in front of the door. That was really strange, when I still denied it. She started to get a little scared, because someone had taken our dog into the bathroom. The bathroom was directly across from the kitchen. They opened the door, then blocked it with a chair. The chair was sturdy. Our 40-pound big dog couldn't move it, and there was no gap for it to crawl through or escape from underneath. I stayed on the phone with her while she checked around the house to see if anyone was there or if anything else was wrong. Luckily, everything else was fine. It was really strange though, because it definitely looked like someone had entered the house and isolated the dog as some kind of safety precaution, then probably looked around the house. Since there were no signs of forced entry, I figured it must have been my mom's ex-boyfriend who broke in. He probably still had our garage code, and the door between the garage and the utility room was never locked, so getting inside was easy. Mum eventually changed the garage code and started locking the utility room door when not home. Later, I found out, ever since they broke up, her ex never stopped sending her emails, texting or calling her. In fact, there were no bottles of alcohol in the house. He was just making excuses to keep bothering and harassing her. Considering that, besides my dad, no one else knew our garage code, so her ex-boyfriend was the most suspicious. Thinking about it, after so many years since the breakup, he still had our garage code. It's really creepy. Everyone must stay vigilant. Don't easily tell others your home password. If someone else finds out, make sure to change the password in time to avoid unnecessary trouble. I've always felt like I have a special kind of attraction that draws in all kinds of weird people. Back in high school, my husband was dating a girl named After graduation, he decided to go to college out of state. They eventually broke up. A few years later, I met my husband. And eventually, we got married. I knew Xiaoli through friends. Because we lived in a very small town, everyone thought he was really great. But I had never met him before. About 6 months after we got married, I got a phone call in the middle of the night. When I answered the phone, a woman was hysterically crying, screaming that her future was ruined, that she and my husband were supposed to get married in October, that he didn't really love me, and things like that. I asked who she was. Then she screamed that she was and then hung up. I woke up my husband. We were both shocked, because he hadn't spoken to her in years. In the following months, we would occasionally get calls from this crying woman, over and over again, accusing us of ruining her life. Eventually, we just stopped answering calls from unknown numbers. Around this time, my husband got to know Xiaoli's brother, Jason. He was already married and lived very close to us. They started to get along. We often had barbecues together. Even though we became closer, we never brought up Xiaoli's phone calls. Jason would occasionally mention things about Xiaoli, like how she graduated college, her plans to become a physician assistant, and getting married. He always kept it vague, never giving too many details. But every time he mentioned her, I would get goosebumps. Later, when Facebook became popular, I started receiving messages from her. I saw her full name and a picture of her grinning while squinting at the sun. The messages she sent were basically saying, I would hate myself for this, that I ruined her life, stole her family, and so on. When I clicked on the profile, there were no friends, no posts, just that one picture. So I blocked her. Then she contacted me again with another account, sending messages. Same picture, same profile. I must have blocked about 20 accounts. It happened so often, I couldn't even be bothered to tell my husband anymore. After some time, the harassment continued, but we had gotten used to it. In recent years, the Facebook messages became less frequent. We now had children, and were expecting another. Then Jason mentioned Xiaoli was moving back home to live with her family. She had a husband and kids, and was working as an assistant at the pediatric clinic in our town. Some mutual friends of ours wanted me to come along to see her, to ask her some healthcare questions. But I refused. I was afraid she might hurt my children. I heard she had come back. Our mutual friends saw her. They said she was doing well now. Then we attended another mutual friend's daughter's birthday party. They mentioned Xiaoli would be coming. Actually, everyone knew that my husband and her had dated in high school. I figured she would definitely bring up their past in front of me. While waiting for Xiaoli to arrive, I felt extremely anxious. My heart was pounding. I was trembling all over. I felt nauseous, and then had diarrhea. It was terrifying. Then a woman walked in, who looked completely normal, with her husband. Her husband looked normal too, and their daughter. She greeted my husband, said she was glad to see him. The woman standing before me was nothing like the one online. They didn't seem like the same person at all. What on earth was going on? Who had been threatening us all this time? Later, the Facebook messages continued for about another 6 months, and then stopped. Until today, I still can't connect the person on the phone and Facebook with the woman at that birthday party. Were they even the same person? I just can't figure it out.